What are you doing here? What are you doing here? No, I'm just. Hey, what's up, everyone? So this is uh, playing while being better. Silver Star Go DX. And if you have no idea what that means, it looks to be a uh, Go education tool on the Nintendo Switch device. Have downloaded it, and we're going to, because I have a general interest in Go. My brother's is a local Go aficionado of some repute. Oh, it's got a really poggy. It's got a very poggy soundtrack on the Asian side. Okay, I respect where it's coming from. I really do. There's a lot of history. Bring anyone to Dan Go class. But we've got 3 modes here. There's a manual. So this is, oh, you know a game is complicated when it's got its own manual baked in. If you want to play a game, I guess we're going to Go class. I guess we're going to Dan class. We're gonna find out how to beat Dan Kiesling. World's favorite internet celeb. Data reading. We better straighten up here. Class now. Miss Sayuri over here. We will relocate ourselves to the top level. Welcome to Beginner's Classroom. I'm Sayuri, the instructor of the course. Nice to meet you. Let me introduce you by one. Oh, operate title show me. Okay. This is a full-on lecture, lads. This is a full-on lecture. Strap in. And bring anyone to Dan Go classroom. You could read explanations and learn Go through solving problems. The flow outline is showed on the blackboard. So okay, we're starting from top to bottom here. I will move my noggin slightly. See, no, flow outline. Okay, flow outline. Title window. Select either following courses: the entrance form, the basic course, or intermediate course. All have the same flow. Main menu window, question list window, question window, explanation window. So it's talking about presenting the game in a series of problems to be followed, like a question posed, and then a corresponding answer. Okay, so Go is a game of both logic and strategy, and so that's why I guess the education of it comes dialectic kind of formation problem, Go problems, if you will. Right? Not only those who do not know Go could learn. Oh, you got spacing issues here, Silverstar. I'm available. I will edit for you. But also for those who know Go, it will be useful as a collection of problems for further setup. All operations done by buttons. Okay, so it's telling us you can control everything with physical operation guide is showing throughout the application. Please reference it when. So negative button goes to hides things. Okay, we arrange the entrance basic course, course by the order of level. You could enter one from this window. Now, so I'm wondering if this is corresponding to student ranking, which views mastery levels, stands, and then because this is the context of Go in Japanese society has its own ranking system. Professionals, rookies, So I wonder if then the intermediate course is like the P course, the professionals. Sorry, I'm rocking a lot. It's reminding me of grade school, of math class. I'm getting very nervous here. Very nervous. So I'm thinking that's what this corresponds to. By pressing the X button, you could enter the beginning Go classroom. Okay. You can mess with the music. You can select the item you want to learn in this window. Ah, yes. Okay. You want to learn. Enter either a window for explanation or for a question. With following additions, button of related chapter will correct for each. Progress, explanation, chapter, and the question correctly solved. Okay, so yeah, it is a question-answer format of Go problems. Read the explanation. Oh, okay. So here's one thing I will notice off the bat, that I do see that Sayuri is using Japanese terminology, which is the most popular terminology for Go play and education in the United States. Our main transmission of Go has definitely been through, or at least the education has been through Japanese. But I'm wondering if this will pose a problem for anyone that is not familiar with Japanese. I'm familiar with some Japanese terminology, having studied Japanese for many years in college. Navigate previous and next menu on Goban. On move navigation buttons are showing. Okay. So and remember, our moves here are numbered. Window will go back to main menu automatically. Navigate to, okay, and then you could learn Go by solving problems. Solve each problem and according to the question. There are a total of 2,855 problems. Well, Silverstar really came for the jugular on the Go education, at least in the number of problems. This seems very significant for a Nintendo Switch game, which ostensibly is an entry for myself and other viewers that are interested in Go, in that intersection of people that are interested in Go and don't have some kind of Go software, but they also have a Nintendo Switch. It's a niche hill. It's a niche hill, not gonna lie, but I'm happy to transmit my appreciation of Go to other people. So we'll get the right or the wrong answer, the big X or O, when we go through the menu, when we go through the game, and then it'll give us an explanation. It'll autosave, take us back to the main menu, or we'll be in the question window, and then we get out. There are two ways of saving or learning progress information. Auto-saving shift from explanation to question window to the window. Manual saving by pressing save button. There, okay, so there, save button. Gotcha. Wakarimasu. I do understand. Above, we finish the beginner's classroom. Please try hard to Dan level. Okay. So again, for the Go illiterate, Dan is the ranking system of Go, also for judo and things like that, which I have a little bit of information about. So that is the mastery level. It's like black belt level. Or basic competency. Really what we say in judo, the basic competency. Alright, so now here we are. We're in the game. Well, we heard the lady. Let's start with an entrance. Toon is jaunty. Toon is very jaunty. The entrance course menu. Explanation. 1-1. The rules of Go. I guess, so this is it. We're going to go over the rules of Go. Everyone make sure to say hi to Sayuri. He's guiding the class. Welcome to the Go classroom. Go has a history of thousands of years. It is profound and simple in rules that could be joined by anyone, can be enjoyed enjoyed by anyone, no matter what his or gender or age. This is so true, so true. I'm gonna help you out here, Silverstar, because I really appreciate the hustle trying to get people to the Go game. Got to work on the English a little bit, but that's why Rose here. Especially as a game increases the potential of your brain, brings you happiness, and stimulates you creativity. Yes, it really is, because of the complex, different decisions that you are make. How are they going to affect that your opponent is going to make? The trees and the flows. You're creating algorithms in your brain to stimulate new stratagems, to force your opponent to doing things they didn't even know that they wanted to do. I like it because Go that way mimic Judo, and I'm all about it. So about using your brain and the board versus using your body and the right. So let's study Go through this course. Okay, Sayuri, down. I'm the English translator. Sayuri is the Go instructor. Together, here, we're about it. In beginning, let's introduce the basic rules of Go. Hajime mashou. Go has 5 rules in general. The first rule, players alternatively place their stones one by one at an intersecting point. Okay? The intersection points are the cross points on the horizontal and vertical lines of. So typically a Gobon or Go board has a 19 by 19 grid, and stones are placed on the intersecting points only, and also including the corners, in case you're curious, in turns of black and white. Although I don't remember off the top of my head who goes first, and I know Brother Rick is rolling his eyeballs at me. Because I believe like it's black that always goes first, probably like traditional. Like this, place black and Go stones alternatively at the intersection point. So again, Go stones at the intersecting point. Very simple. Second rule, stones surrounded by opponent are captured. So when you have a stone that is possessed on every one of its corners is a stone of the opposite color, then it dies, and things kind of building off of that idea. Sayuri's going to show us. Hey, look. Okay, so it's flashing, it's indicating he's dead. He's been removed from the board. Like this, stone is dead when surrounded by opponent with directions from vertical and horizontal lines. To surround a stone, vertical and 4 horizontal directions only are necessary. So diagonal lines do not come into play. As an explanation, stones in diagonal directions are not necessary. Third rule, the intersection point surrounded by opponents is forbidden to move. In general speaking, player could move at any vacant intersection point that you want, but there are some exceptions, and so there are. Of course, there are exceptions on where you want to move. The English is very it needs a rework. They need a new script. I'm willing. Look at the example. If black moves here, he is surrounded by opponent. Yep, he's automatically dead. Yep, captured immediately after the move himself. Go game forbids the side move game. So you can't just move it. The game won't even let you, because it's a move of such bad of such badness. It is so rife with foolishness. Dare not be able to do it. Meanwhile, intersection points is surrounded by opponent. Then you can kill it. Okay. At which, if the move captures the opponent's stones, it becomes a legal move. Okay. So fourth rule, no repetition. So you can't jump back and forth like that. Okay, that's fine. As example, Capturing and recapturing stone repeat at the same position is prohibited. So again, translation here is that the repeated capturing and of stone in position when you've got your 4x4 right next to each other, that you can't do that. So you can't jump back and forth and take a position that you just lost. Both peers repeat and the game would be endless. This situation is called ko. Yeah. In ko, player cannot capture back immediately. He must move somewhere else at least once. Okay? The fifth rule is that the player who has more territory wins the game. I know that sounds very simple, but it really means that Go is a game of not just strategy, but it's a game of territory, and you have to use strategy effectively. You'll see that it just by putting stones down, that doesn't do it. And I'm a pretty good I'm a pretty good vehicle for the dumb moves because I'm not super great at Go. I just understand the basic idea of the game. Go game is competition territory surrounding between two players. Yeah, it sure is. Sayuri. Boy, I think Black, yeah, I don't know who won this one, but Black probably has more territory though. Sure. Is it any better? Or am I still a chipmunk? Yeah, sorry about that. If it's, I might have to redo my bit rate. I don't, it freaks out everyone's. I don't know why. It's my move. Ah, thank you. Yep, I just unplugged it. I'm not sure what it is, but the bit rate freaks out everyone's. Thanks, Little Try. I appreciate that. I want this dead. I'm not interested in the corner. I mean, I know you can live there. I know you can make that a nice little home. I'm not interested in it. I will box you in, though. Okay. Again, I think this center is more important in this context, so I don't really care about him making ephemeral big point moves right now. That one's a little bit worse because he's encroaching on our other stuff now. So let's, you know, just give him a reminder. We're in the neighborhood still. Yep, stay out, please. I may even push here. That's bold. That's a bold computer move. So you don't play there because that's how you die. Maybe I might be able to get away with this, and the only reason I can get away with this is because the computer's a dum-dum. Yeah. That gotta be ruthless. Separate the wheat from the chaff. So my brother is a local Go player of some renown. He's a member of the American Go Association and things like that. And so I got to play a lot of it just because he was so into it. He started playing at the ASU Go Club here in Arizona. I know lots of people get into it from like Hikaru no Go, things like that. But that was kind of our foray into it. And all the Hikaru no Go stuff happened afterwards. This is bad. So this is a dead soldier. He can't come back now. I could extend this for one more turn, but I'm not interested in that. I'm much more interested in solidifying our hold on this corner. He can have the middle there. I really don't care. Haven't been playing, well, I don't know. Playing since I was originally in college in 2006, but total length of study is not very long. You know, it's a very casual experience with Go. I'll go, we will play, you know, Baduk or Go, or if it's available. If he goes to the club, I would go with him. But, you know, total amount of time spent actually playing, actually studying, very little, very little. I mean, maybe months total over the span of decades. You know what I mean? I want to use this position as a launching off point because I want to kill everything below. We got to get rid of this. This thing right here is a non-negotiable. Has to die. Okay. Stop expanding in my territory. So this is another die too. He has to go. Oh, he's prodding. This is like middle game stuff. He's prodding me for weaknesses. This is the one that I'm not super concerned with, but I will ignore that specific attack because I want to kill the other stone. Dead now. I think I need to connect it back to the group, which I need to go. So we'll go up one. So he's kind of tangentially connected to the rest of that stuff going on right there. Now there's an eye. I screwed up on this one. I should have killed it. Let's force him down, see if we can kill a group. You fool! I know, I see that there's the chance to poke on center. Really gonna make me do all this? And that's the thing too, is like when the computer's this dumb, it makes plays like that where it forces a move. And so like, you know, okay, your stuff's dead now. What are you gonna do about it? And he just filled in a spot. He just filled in a spot. But bottom left corner is looking real bad. He's looking real bad. We might be able to kill our way out of this. So this is the lesson that I learned from my brother. There is no problem in Go that you can't kill your way out of. I don't want him to set up empty eyes. Or maybe I do. I don't know. He could. I think he may. No, he can't kill that one. He's gonna have to try a little bit harder to kill that. Triad's gonna have to try a little bit harder. Yeah. Stay boxed in. Music is very built. Yeah, I've heard of OGS. My brother uses it all the time. I just decided to download this Nintendo Switch game to see if it was educational or good at all. And yeah, you're right. I mean, if I can tell that this bot isn't a very good training partner, I imagine that it has to be evident for a lot of people. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that little try. But yeah, my brother uses OGS. He uses Many Faces of Go. I forget some of the other tools. He has a lot. He has like a ton of books. He's got like 20 books on bookshelves. So it's really not about not having access to resources, but like, you know, because of coronavirus and everybody being stuck at home, I'm kind of being a little bit more introspective and thinking about some of the tools that I have access to. And Go is one of those tools. And so I kind of wanted to go about it maybe in a slightly contrarian way, because my brother's been trying to get me to play Go for, you know, like a decade. But I feel this is good. What do I want to do here? I would really, because the moves I'm making are so bad themselves, no one on Earth would actually allow me to do them. Like, I'm pretty sure all of this bottom left, I wouldn't be able to get this back from a regular person. Right? I'm all about trying to stimulate the galaxy brain. I'm gonna start rubbing the neurons together. I've got to get the juices flowing here. So we need to. So this is, I believe this is how we solve this problem. First, make it not killable. Okay. Unconcerned. And it is, I would say, under any other circumstance, if there was any other player that understood the core concepts of Go, black is theirs. It was theirs. I don't know what the computer is going to do now. All bets are off when we're talking about a computer programmed by, you know, this company that we have no idea. Silverstar? Not sure if Silverstar is a reputable entertainment company in regards to their Go algorithms, but you know, maybe they are, and we just don't know who they are here in the West. So he's in the middle. He's cutting me up real bad. And I think at this point, I'm picking and choosing my battles where I want to fight and where I don't want to fight. Like, I'll fight here. There's no reason not to fight right here. I know that was an exceptionally dumb play. In fact, I'm kind of ashamed of myself for playing on the... No free kills here. I'm gonna box him in. I'm gonna box him in. Because those are all gonna be dead. Those are all gonna be dead at the end anyways. Now is the time to kill stuff, so now I need to do an assessment of what's an easy kill and what's not an easy kill. That's dead. I'm saying it's time to kill. It's time to start cleaning out my messes here. I have too many liberties. I mean, I don't know why the computer is trying to kill when there's so many liberties left over, but I know they're dead. I should push up on that top right. You're right. Okay. Time to start killing my way out of my problems. So those are gone. I gotta kill my way out of here. It's okay. Like I said, I'm not an adept by any measure. We will connect him back into the rest to kind of prevent what little risk mitigation there we can. This is only a dumb move if he splits me off right here. Yeah, that's a good play. We really should. Let's see if we can poke some eyes and stuff up here at the top. Because I don't know why he's filling this in. Okay. All dead. See what you just forced me to do? Gotta stop the connection there. Okay. Let's see if we can poke some eyes. We're gonna poke some eyes in this. You know, everything in all good time. I know we're doing damage repair and we're attacking at the same time here. And now he's got the cut. Two eyes? Two eyes, I think. Three eyes? Stone exists. I know. I'm sorry, kid. Oh, I just saw him log online too. Gonna see this. Oh, it's on Co. I'm sorry. I didn't see the red dot. Filling in for some reason. Let's go back in over here. What we are previously scheduled massacre. I think mistake fixed or mistake averted there. For sure there's something to that, but I don't know what it is. Gotta put some mortar in the fence here. I shouldn't have let him work so much in the here. That was a mistake. Play. But what we will do is we'll try to cut this off. I know that's an empty triangle. I know it's an empty. See if it responds. He thinks he's gonna get something in the middle, right? You see how I'm dead? So he should take this. I just want to see if he'll take it. Take it. Kill them. Oh, that's another giant dead group, I think. Oh no, he took him! Ah, okay. Thank goodness. I thought the CPU was just like pants on head stupid. Okay. Now that I know it actually will kill stuff, I do feel slightly better. I was feeling very, very bad that like even I was making egregious misplays, it still wasn't like killing. And I'm like, you can't learn like this. Threw it in there. Can't play on co, so I gotta wait now. No, I think he just outdid me there, because I think these are unkillable. So despite my attempts to to kill them, I failed. So it's okay. I'm okay with failure. I accept it. I've analyzed it. Gonna kill it? No, say you didn't even kill it. I let him have all of this stuff in the middle, and I really shouldn't have. I think that it's a testament to my own inadequacy. We really gotta put the monk wrench some of this stuff here. I don't know how much of this at the bottom is actually going to be alive now. Yeah, see, look, he's got that whole top right now. I really should have focused there. But what we can do is I'll try to poke into each one of those as far as I can. Because he's going to play into his own spot and eat up all of his own points. He doesn't kill. There we go. It's here. I think it's 4-way or 3-way play. I don't know. Like lock it into the. Have to push where I can, I guess. I think if I fill in there, I'm good. Can I attack here? I know I just put a stone down with 1 liberty. That was super dumb. Double eyes. Double eyes. I think it's a dead shape, though. Yeah, I mean, it may not be, but it's been acting very weird from the get-go. So I just didn't know like how to interpret it. So like now, this is for sure it's alive. There's nothing I can do about it here, right? I just want to get to the point where we can actually like pass. Right, wow. Was this the one you were talking about? I'm not. You have to help me out with my Ifu here because I don't know where the A16 is. Was this it over here or the top left, or is it down here? Is this a false eye? Bottom left. Yeah, are you talking about this empty triangle right here? That it's a false eye? Yeah. I think I kind of gave up on the whole group there, little try, because I didn't realize how significant this formation on the very, very bottom border was going to be. So, can I save it or can't I save it? Because if I can save it, I want to save it. Let's see this out. So you can't move into the corner because he kills you right away. You can't move here because he kills you both right away. The one. If I move Yeah, I figured he's dead. Damn it, he's dead. He's dead, Jim. Dang. Alright, let's see if we can just force the game to the end so we can get to the tabulation screen. I'm interested to see tabulation screen. Does that help? Does that do anything? Did I waste a stone? I may have wasted a stone. Stop doing stuff. Illegal move. Oh, is it? Do they treat the corner because you can't kill the same group as Ko? Maybe that's what it is. Oh no, because I would kill myself. I see. He's naked here now. A guy in a chat. Hi, a guy in a chat. Yep. This one's just about all wrapped up, I think. I guess you just kill him. I guess that's all. That's what he wants me to do. He wants to force me to. It's dead. Stop dreaming, dear. Dreaming. No, don't play in my territory. I know this is my fault. F in chat. Want to revenge murder him though. Pass. No, stop playing in my territory, jackhole. At least he's showing me where all the weaknesses are, I guess, that I could have attacked, but I chose not to. For some reason. You know what I mean? It's educational, I guess. No. Why would I do any of that? I mean, maybe. And the border? I don't know. Yeah, I might find a computer app myself though. They have varying costs. It seemed like there's a bunch of them are free. Definitely look up Many Faces of Go. Oh my god. That's what my brother uses. Again, he's the real aficionado. I'm not. I don't know. I guess we're just going to paratrooper behind enemy lines and watch them get murdered, I guess. That's what they want me to do here. It really doesn't. It does not understand the basics, right? It's not just me. Like, I tried passing and he just kept making dumb moves. It's... What do you do here? Here? Ah! He's just really gonna... There should be a fast, like, you know... We've already done the dang thing. White needs to play, cut off 2 stuns from bottom right area. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair observation. I'm okay with that. That's the back seating that I can get behind. It really is. So, thanks, guy. I appreciate it. Here, there's no way that this could die. There's no way. You're just wasting my moves. Right? We're just changing score points for stone points at this point, right? I mean, I know that some of these hits are good and I need to make them, like, as far as endgame move, but that's all real dead. I don't know. Watch. I'll hit it here in a second. We'll see if it does something. That's Ko right now. Let's see. R. In ponding for hint. It says I should fill in. It wants me to fill in. that's what it pondings for hint. Stone exists. It I can keep this up all day, computer. What else can I pick on here? Not a lot, huh? We're gonna do the same thing over this one, over here. Want to break it up so the computer just like gives up. Oh, I'm dumb. So just take the obvious ones. Forehead, just like go on meatball. Stop being a dummy about it. Over 400 games, and it's a. Oh. Okay. Did you see this? Did you see this? So, for the record, I'm okay with losses. I'm okay with losses. In my school of thinking, this could last forever. And it didn't. It ended. Because I guess the game has a 400 move cap. So I was able to force the game out to a draw. Why? Ow, I don't know. Okay, so this was us checking out Let's Get Stronger by playing Go. Silverstar's DX. I had some fun with it. I'm definitely gonna come back to it. We're definitely gonna grind out some more integral knowledge, since we're doing this the non-Big Brother way. I appreciate you guys giving me some tips and hanging out and chat with me. Videos currently at an hour 20, so I got to go through and edit it, throw it onto YouTube. But you know, there's some very good things about this that I like. It's accessibility for one. On Nintendo Switch store, English use work for sure. My editing services are available anytime. Silverstar, hit me up. Hit me in the DMs. This seems great for maybe not playing your friends, but maybe gaining some basic knowledge about Go as an introduction. It's a little pricey for a Go introduction, and I would have respected a little bit more polish on the localization, because that's the hardest part that people have a problem with between me and you and the rest of the internet. It's the problem with Go is that the localization and accessibility are not good. It's not good at all, and it can do better. And so I appreciate that this is an effort in that direction, but the bad English, the bad AI, and kind of like the listless design. Now I'm gonna go through and we're gonna do problems. Problems are gonna get done. Problems are gonna get posted on YouTube. We're gonna puzzle them out, but it's got a very, very weak skeleton. So that's my 2 cents. Thanks for hanging in there with me, and we'll do this again sometime. We're gonna go out on this very, very groovy